Hi guys, James at Bespoke here, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm looking at something really cool, which is an advanced sample of the new Airsoft Kar98k bolt action spring sniper rifle. So I've managed to get my hands on the advanced sample of this rifle. I've put posts up on Facebook and other social media outlets just to letting you guys know I've got my hands on with this thing. But here it is. Now, it's out the box, so I'm not going to be doing an unboxing just because I'm limited with space in the office, as you'll see. Lots going on. But I've got some pictures of when I unboxed it, which I'll be putting up on the screen now for you. But this thing is a Kar98k replica from Airsoft. I think Airsoft are paying attention to what's going on in the world. S&T have been doing really well with sort of historic replicas of, you know, bolt action rifles. They did the M1903, which wasn't as successful back then. They revamped the Kar98k, which was extremely good. If you haven't seen this video on this channel, I suggest you go have a look at that one. And of course the Lee Enfield. Airsoft actually announced this a long time ago, but we've only just started getting them here. And then obviously the stock will turn up after this, of course. You'll see that this sample came in just a plain brown box. That's, you know, pretty normal for Airsoft samples. The retail packaging will be different. It came with 2 magazines in the box as well, wrapped in grease paper and plastic, just to make sure it was protected. But you know, little details could change on the retail release, but this looks like a pretty locked down product that's going to be coming very, very soon. So what is it? It's a bolt action sniper rifle from Airsoft. You've got little magazines that go in here. The magazines are actually pretty unique in the way that they work and look. So it looks like a little clip of rounds there. I think the date that's on the rifle is 1940 on the front there. Again, I'll be overlaying some pictures throughout this video just to show you in greater detail. The thing is made of real wood. The wood is of extremely high quality, and when I had the internals out of the stock, the fitment was like some of the best I've seen. Everything else is pretty much steel, barring a few components like the body pin. I'm pretty sure that's not, but you know, I was going around with the magnet and the magnet was just attaching to absolutely everything. Bolt action sniper rifle, you pull the bolt back. This is a thinner bolt than the Strikers, it looks like, and slightly longer, so striker parts aren't going to be compatible with this system. But that's not to say that they won't be coming out with their own pistons and other bits and pieces, and if they don't, perhaps, you know, maybe we'll do something. So triggers very good. Again, I've done a little video on the internals, which I'll include as well, showing you the sear design and everything. They are learning, they are starting to improve their designs, which is good. They're starting to pay attention to what the customers want. So the safety on the back there is one of the most positively clicking safeties I think I've ever felt on any replica. And this thing is just built so extremely well. The quality of this thing is absolutely insane. Just pop that in there. And all you do, the way that the magazine system works, is it's got like a little spring there, and you don't push this in and then lock the door. What you basically do is you slide this in like that, and then as you push the door up and lock it into place, it engages the magazine onto the little feeder there. As you pull the bolt back, the hop unit moves back with it as well, much like the MSR-WR. So the hop unit and barrel system do move backwards and forwards, and what that means is the hop unit can move back, align with the magazine and the feed system, and then the cylinder when you push it forward, which is why when you cock the system, there's a bit of spring tension there. That's the spring on the hop, but it's very light and very easy to do. Again, rear sight there is adjustable. You just press the button on the side and you slide it up and down. The front iron sight is fixed. All this is fixed here, all metal components, supremely nicely constructed. I am very, very impressed with this thing. However, let's get the nitty gritty out of the way. Let's see what this thing can do. So we're going to go straight to the chrono results. 0.2 gram BBs first, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove some 0.4s in there for you guys, because I know you always say pointless chronoing on a sniper rifle on a .2 gram BB, and I agree. I just like to keep, you know, a consistent BB across the line of things that we review here. So I'll be putting .4s in, just show you the FPS readout on that as well. Then we'll get to the actually test. I'll be shooting at straight away at 40 meters, 15 and 30 meters as a, I mean, 30 meters you're going to be at your minimum engagement distance anyway. But for this, I'm going to go straight to 40 meters. Let's see what it can do, and then we'll be back on camera to show you my thoughts. So the Ares Kar98k here, loaded up with .2 gram BBs. I don't know where the hop's set. I think it's slightly on, but let's see how this thing does. 417, 416, 417, 414, 413, 416, 'Keep going here. Seems very consistent. Bolt is super smooth. Crown's starting to play up. Let's try again. I think, are we out? Shouldn't be. It might be empty. Don't think I fully loaded that one. Let's try one more time. Yeah, we're good to go. So let's switch to .4s. Yeah, these magazines don't hold many, but they do look like they're going to be nice and cheap to get spares. Doesn't seem like an expensive magazine at all. However, here's a .4. No, it's not. It's a remaining .2. Ignore that one. There we go. 293. 294. 293. 294. And 294. So consistent. Don't let me down now. 295. 296, 294, that's one. So you're within 3 FPS there, superiorly consistent. Let's hope it's as consistent when we do the range test. Here we are at 40 meters. I'll try my best to shoot around the planes flying over. .4 gram BBs, haven't messed with the hop, I think it's completely off. Let's see how this thing can do. So quiet. Flyer. I think I do need a bit of hop adjustment. That doesn't mean I can't easily hit the target. Try adjusting the iron sight, see if we can compensate for it. Yeah, I do need a bit of hop. Might go get a tool and just adjust it. target's easy to hit, even just using irons. Can even hit the hard targets. It's a very fun gun to shoot. I think when the bolts are nice and smooth, it just makes it more enjoyable. Now, I am getting a bit of drop because I haven't adjusted the hop, but I could still consistently hit a small target at 40 meters with a .4 straight out the box with the standard hop rubber, which we know aren't the best. Let this plane fly over and I'll come back. You know, from a standing position as well, I'm not supported. With the steel parts, it is quite a heavy rifle. That's not a bad thing. But I've got no drama hitting the centre of that target, even as bad of a shot as I am. It's just easy. Do you see if we can hit the head? Let's adjust the iron sight. Let's see if we can hit the head. A little bit higher. Come on, we've got to do this before we end. So close. It's so close. Oh, I think that was. If we don't hit it again, I'll count that as the hit, but my left arm's starting to flag a bit now. I think a neck shot. Maybe our last round or two now. Dancing around it. I'd say the body on that target is probably 2 human head sizes anyway, so we'll call it a win. Let's get back in the office. So here we have the new Ares Kar98k disassembled, and you will see some similarities in parts. That's an Ares Striker hot rubber and a very Ares Striker derived hop unit. The nub on the arm isn't very pronounced, so it could probably do with one with a larger nub, just to put a bit more pressure on there. The sear system, however, they've gone straight to a 90. They've got like a seesaw type sear system, and the rear of the sear has a little roller which rolls up and down the trigger. It's actually a really well made sear system for an out of the box rifle, that is. Going on Ares history. You've got a pin that goes through the back of the cylinder, just secures on the outside there. The cylinder is steel and it's one piece. Great, no pins. The spring looks like a bit of an APS-2 size spring, but puts out 420 feet per second anyway. The piston again. Striker parts aren't going to work in this, it's slightly thinner, but you can see where they got a lot of the design cues from rifles that they already do. The hop unit is one of them systems where as you draw the cylinder back, the hop unit is under spring tension and comes back, lines up with the feed tube, loads around, the cylinder then comes back in, loads the round into the hop unit, and then pushes the hop unit down these rail section here. So the hop unit moves about 1 or 2 inches. When it was shooting it was absolutely fine. And yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys this thing. So you've got the magazine there. That feeds the rounds up into the tube here. Hop unit sits up here, so it has to come back, loads around, goes forward, and that's how they get the magazine in the right place without having to fit a super long feed tube or have that tappet plate design. So this features the same as on the the MSR/WR, which is the takedown MSR rifle that they do, and yeah, seems to work really well. The QC on the steel parts like this safety here is just absolutely phenomenal. The click is so positive, and the fit and finish is very, very good indeed. The stock as well, superbly made. And yeah, just thought I'd have this part for you guys so you can see. I think you want to be changing this part out straight away if you're going to pick one up to a better hot rubber, and then perhaps some mods on the hop arm just to get a bit more tension. But there we go. So you'll see there, the gun actually shot really well. I do get a couple of flies every now and again shooting this thing, but I line the iron sights up and it seems to be where the BBs drop quite relative to where the iron sights are. As you'll have seen in the internal video, which I probably just put up there just before this conclusion, the hot rubber that they put in there is the same one they put on the Air Strikers. I would put a better one in there straight away. You're going to get a bit more friction, a bit more backspin off it than the standard one. But you know, 0.4s, 40 meters, no drama whatsoever. I really do like this, and I like where Aries is going with it. The killer will be the price. Now, when we first stocked the S&T model, which was real wood with the steel cylinder, they were $259.99, and if you go watch that video, that gun shot extremely well. The only thing that does concern me a little bit as well is the moving hop and barrel system. That potentially could hinder your accuracy. I didn't see any problems with it at all, but I'm just, you know, sort of, I have to say it as I see it. Having a hop and barrel system that moves, you know, in sniper rifles usually you want everything to be as fixed in place as possible. You'll put barrel spacers and such in there to make sure it's nice and rigid and there's no vibrations or anything like that. That being said, in my accuracy test, I didn't see any issues whatsoever. I think with this rifle, if they can do the same that they've done with this with their new Lee Enfields, because they've released 3 Lee Enfield models. They've done a #4, a #4 with scope, and they've also done the L24, L42. Can't quite remember the abbreviation, but I'm sure you World War II nuts out there and your historical guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. And if they can do the same thing, then they're onto a winner. The only killer, like I say, will be the price. And we do have competitive products like the S&Ts to compare them to. So I'll be interested to see the Lee Enfield. This, I mean, to be honest with you, if I was looking for a Kar98, I would consider picking this one up. It would be a difficult choice between this and the S&T. The only thing I think this does better than the S&T is the magazines. With the S&T, you have to open the door and you have to push a little stick magazine all the way up into the action, and it's fiddly as hell. Doing that on the field, I'd be like, I really can't be bothered. So this one may be a winner, and it's just solid. There's no movement in it at all. You do feel like, you know, you're manipulating and using a realistic replica, which is what you want. For you historical reenactors out there, you're probably going to retreat the wood. I'd make it look a lot darker, but the wood is of very good quality. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I've covered many points. If you've got any questions, pop them down in the comments below like always. And of course, we've got loads of cool things coming up, like I mentioned on videos previous. We've got the new Canic pistols from EMG. That's quite interesting. I've got 4 models to speak about with that. We've also got the new wrap axes, which you can't see in frame, but I have both the tan and black brand new wrap axe M6 and M7 models, which I'll be filming today on the same day, but when it gets uploaded it might be the week after or something like that, so stay tuned for that. Very cool indeed. Thank you for tuning into this video. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there on the field, guys. Have fun, and thank you very much for tuning in. Goodbye.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.